can't actually see you from this angle, which is helpful. And we're live.
Brand new set, brand new us.
Yeah. For those of you who are just listening, we turned the set into essentially a cigar club.
Behind the cameras are just strippers and steak buffets and
champagne rooms over there.
Yep. Cigar booth to the left over by Sam. Yeah, it's great. I'm moving in. I'm selling my house. I'm just going to live here now.
It does have maybe more character than, and there's not anything wrong with your house, but like,
no, my house is very empty.
It's kind of plain.
It is. I'll get there one day. We decorated this thing, you know.
I know.
Yeah,
this is true.
I worked on the floor here rather than working on the floor in my house.
Yeah.
My car needs work. We'll get there. Gym first.
So
cigar room first.
So this is the 200th episode of this show, and
which is kind of wild.
Yeah, and I realized that this is actually the first time you and I have crossed the 200 together.
I didn't do it with the other one.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think you went out.
That's weird.
I think you went out at 192.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah. We also didn't mark 200 on that show at all. We didn't. We might have just said it in passing.
That's kind of crazy, right? I guess the other one we only did one a week. Did you count the episodes? Because I know the other show, sometimes, even this one, we would do like a recap during the holidays and didn't record live. Do those count or those don't count?
I counted them because I don't remember how many there are. I think there are 4, but I'm not really sure.
Okay, so if those count, and then how about on this show, do Fridays count?
Fridays I counted, absolutely.
Okay, so we just started that, though, 4 months ago.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so...
I wonder what I did with Mama's Boys.
I don't know, but I know...
100?
Whatever we've done here, which is actually approaching 400 together... There's
total.
Yeah, total. Yeah. There's a Mama's Boys that I'm on, and then you and Omar are on Less Than Obvious.
Mama's Boys, we hit 71.
Oh wow! I didn't realize it was that many.
We just went ham for a year.
Yeah,
just
no wonder it was so expensive.
Yeah, whipping them out. Yeah, all live only.
Yeah,
on demand only. That's crazy. It's cool. It's still up. I wonder if people listen to it.
Somebody's still paying the bill.
True. Don't know who that is either.
It's probably you. It's probably on your credit card still.
Yeah, or poor Omar. I don't know. I'm so dumb. I done what? So I guess 71, 400. Let's round up 500.
Yeah.
Podcasts, let alone other random guests I've been on or you've been on.
Yeah. Plus,
and I still don't know how it works.
Plus, there's 100, 200 and something video episodes of the old show, and probably at least 120 or so of this show. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I've been on Barbell Shrugged, and then if you want to call it the Barber Brigade talk show, we call it the talk show.
Yeah,
10-minute hitters.
Is it? Yeah, it's basically that was kind of the thought behind Topic Thunder.
Yeah, just more morsel sized.
Yeah, which will come back. We will be back with that.
Yeah, especially now that we got these.
Yeah,
we'll eat Kyle and them in here. I don't know. That is a lot of recording, and each one, especially the old shows, but even ours early days here, over an hour.
Yeah,
I mean that's why if you guys have been around, shout out to everybody who's new. But 50% Facts started as a title that I guess I fake made up in an old episode, but then Jim came up with a dope concept that just took a lot more production. Yeah. If podcasting was our full-time gig,
it would be perfect.
But arranging a guest plus pre-recording, because basically what we would do is we would pre-record a question or pre-record us rambling about a topic and then bring an expert to give you an answer. And we'd record those totally separate, sometimes separate weeks, let alone separate days or separate sessions. So it's basically like double the work recording and then probably double or triple the work for Jim producing, and double or triple the work. You know, the preparation for it was probably double or triple. Mm-hmm. And then slowly got into, and it was just fitnessy, and we love fitness. We live fitness. But I do think it is more, and kind of maybe even always has been, even though both of us competed. I don't want to speak for you by any means, but it's always just been a part of our life.
Right. Yeah.
I've never identified as like the powerlifting guy, like the internet does, because that's the most content we put out. But like, and I love fitness, and I love lifting weights, and I love coaching people, but like it's not it. So to be able to come here and talk about movies or talk about strongman, like I still follow it.
Yeah.
But like that's like saying like someone who's really into NBA or plays fantasy football is the NFL guy.
Right.
Like, no, every fucking Tom and Jerry in America plays fantasy football and keeps up with Tom Brady's stats, but he's not the football guy. You know, he's probably a broker or something.
And I think it proved the early, episodes of this show proved that there is only so much.
Yeah.
Because we never wanted to dabble in the speculative bullshit, alternative, whatever universe.
Yeah. Or the origin story. The lifter origin story.
Oh, right. Yeah. We also didn't want to do that.
No way. You also played high school football and learned how to squat? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Because nobody else played high school football and squatted.
That's crazy. You had a strength coach in high school and you fell in love with the weights. That's wild, bro.
Yeah. Your only squatting was on a toilet. And
but you're right. I think podcasting in particular, probably even more so, even though there's tons of bullshit on YouTube and TikTok. And I'm gonna let my hate breathe right now. Podcast in particular does very good for the gurus.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, YouTube does okay.
Yeah.
There's definitely gurus. And hopefully you guys know us. Like, the guru I speak about is whether it be bro science or bro science. We need a new term, and guru is probably as close as we get. Because the bro science is the old school guy that won't catch up to evidence. Mm-hmm. But there's a new school guy that thinks they're so beyond evidence. You know what I mean?
That their own expertise is more important than anything else?
That it can just totally ignore science. Yeah, like, the carnivore, gut health, microbiome, mushroom guy.
Yeah.
That just wants to ignore science.
Yeah.
The fake sugar is going to kill you guy.
Yeah.
The only eat broccoli guy. There's a million of them.
So all of Rogan's guests is what you're saying.
A lot of them.
Yeah, anti.
I mean, but our boys have been, like
anti-science.
Galpin's been on their lane. Like, he's had really good guests too.
Galpin was just on Huberman's podcast, and everybody in the evidence-based community hates that guy.
Yeah,
but he did it anyway.
But he's at Stanford.
Yeah,
it's just so hard because I think he says some good stuff too. And you can say really good things and bring up really good questions. The issue I have is when you make definitive recommendations. Right. Without the definitive science. And obviously science isn't ever definitive.
Right.
It recommends, and science leans one way or the other, right? It's never yes or no. It evolves. But, that's why, like, currently we believe blah, blah, blah based on blah, blah, blah study rather than this study says this is fact.
Yeah. And
we get really close.
We're going to lock in on that, and we're never going to deviate from that ever again.
It's the not even foreshadowing. It's the future telling of bullshit. Maybe you guys can join us on Discord, 50percentfacts.com. Join us on Discord, and we all need to community-wise come up with a name for, like, the future bro science guy.
Yeah.
Because the old bro science guy is telling you to do 21s and you don't need to touch your chest when you bench. That's all old shit. Even though there are some new guys that say stuff like that too. But I need the future guy that's telling me broccoli is bad for me. What's his name? Guru is kind of what they go by. That's what Lane calls them.
Yeah, all the guys that are against seed oils right now.
Yeah, and obviously some are probably not awesome, right? Like hella processed canola or whatever is probably not the greatest thing going on. But again, like a canola fucking here and there, you're going to give you cancer. Like everything's going to give you cancer.
Yeah.
That cancer's part of it.
If you live long enough.
Yeah.
Like 85% of everybody gets cancer if they live long enough.
Yeah, we're going to die. Like, I don't know what started this hate of mine. Oh, podcast.
Yes.
And 50% facts.
Yes.
Because we didn't want to interview those guys.
Right.
Like, what's the best mixture of grass and wheat I need to take a shot of in the morning to help my gut health and get some random opinion.
If you guys knew the kind of guests that we get offered by publicists like all of the time.
Well, it's guys like that get books and shit.
I know. We could make an entirely different, very shallow, probably more successful podcast based on people that I've never heard of, but espouse all sorts of.
Yeah, they're on New York bestseller somewhere.
Yeah,
or Brooklyn's bestseller maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
The B list.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, that's where it started, and then we evolved, and then now we're in a new spot too. I feel like because we were doing a bunch of movie reviews.
Yeah,
because not a lot was happening in the strength world.
Right.
And then we joked.
Yeah,
during the pandemic, there's no shit to talk about, drama or otherwise. And then now we talked about what I think last episode even like being like the non hurtful fitness TMZ.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of the ones out there just looking for drama so they can clickbait it. I don't want to cause any pain, but I like a little drama. You know?
I don't hate drama.
That's what, like, sports does well, right? LeBron James versus Kobe. They're buddies.
Yeah.
But it's drama, right? Oh, he beat him last time. He's going to beat him this time. Celtics, Lakers. Now, there might be some fans that absolutely hate each other.
Yeah.
But, it's not war. It's not fucking each other's wives. I mean, maybe that goes on, but that's not the drama the NBA builds. That's not the drama the NFL builds. Tom Brady's coming back. Is he going to, like good drama? Is that a term?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to have to, because we talked about winning time. We'll do the winning time
because I'm not caught up.
Conclusion at the end of winning time. But the most recent episode was about Kareem.
Yeah.
And there's a fight that they have in the locker room, Kareem and Magic, because Magic's like everybody is kind of egging him on to take on Kareem, to like challenge him because
be the new guy.
Yeah, because Kareem's supposed to be like the captain, right? And he actually is looking at retiring. He wants to be done. And
he had a very long career.
Yeah, and he wants to be done, and he's at the point of like his financial advisor saying you need to play a couple more years and not just one.
How wild is that?
Fuck.
And he'd already probably been there 15 years.
Yeah. Fuck. And so there's a lot of but yeah, absolutely. There was drama. I don't know who knew about it at the time, but we certainly know about it now.
Probably less because like the NBA wasn't where it's at right now, and that's what like help build all sports is the minor drama and the building of celebrities within sport.
Yeah,
that's what CrossFit did very well in its early days, and even now they do pretty decent, right? Like all these celebrities have huge, or all these athletes have huge Instagrams, and partially it's because they're strong and they look good, but part of it is CrossFit as a company had built them up. Yeah. They threw them on YouTube videos that popped off. They featured them in Instagrams that popped off. I like to think that we played a small role of that in the past, and so did Omar in powerlifting. Like you'd feature big lifters like Omar kind of fits in our category. So does Bart, and so does Alan really well because like we love the sport, we know a lot about it, we went all in on it, but we're not the top guys. But we never claimed to be. Is the difference, right? And so we would have whoever on to hang out with them, be friends with them. Oh, this so and so is super strong. You should check out blah blah blah. They're top 5 in the world. Or they're really good at deadlifting or whatever. And that even that now plays a huge role in powerlifting. Right, because that's where like we're talking about going to USAPL Nationals. If anyone's going to head out to Vegas, there's 2 big meets in Vegas. I think USPA non-tested is in July, and USAPL is mid-June, both in Vegas, which is easy for us to get to, which is cool. Plus Bart and some of the families out there, but to go to a Nationals, post-pandemic, I think you can say that now. We're past whatever the hell's going on.
So we're as post as we're going to get for a while.
Yeah, so that'll be fun and see some people. And if you're all out there, I suggest going to these meets, whether you're really into powerlifting, semi into powerlifting, or want to get into powerlifting, because big meets like that do kind of show you what the community's about, and it's really cool. But yeah, there's the Russ versus Sean Noriega, big throwdown. Both very, very talented lifters going head to head, and there's other lifters as well, but those are just the first that come to mind. So maybe we cover some of that on this podcast. I don't know what the hell, where I was going or what's to come, but I was just talking about the transfer of where the content has been.
That's where it's been. Yeah, like when the pandemic hit and we that's sort of when we walked away from our previous format. Number one, feeling like we kind of covered everything. There's like if you go through the first, I was going to look up exactly where when it started, but
50,
probably 50. Yeah, because from November 18 to probably February or March of 20.
Yeah. We covered like a real basic stuff, right? Like what is a protein? How blah, blah. But then we covered some more advanced stuff. It is like a little bit of a real education. And you can always, obviously, a lot of them are still sitting on the feed or on the YouTube. And you guys can go back and like, if you want to learn. But there's just so many people that are so dialed in on straight educating. Mm-hmm. And we have been too, but I think it's always been a goal to like entertain and educate.
Yeah, for sure.
Rather than like feel like we're lecturing or have to like super prepare for it. That's just not who this is.
And when we started working on the gym, it just made it that much harder for us to do.
Yeah, you don't got the time for it.
No. It just like you said, if podcasting was our full-time job, and we had a little bit of a staff for it.
Sure.
People doing post-production instead of me doing post-production. Well,
and we may still go there, right?
Yeah, it's not impossible.
When Eric Helms comes back in town, maybe we'll dig into some shit. But we'll see.
Yeah, but we also like to have fun with those folks when they're in town too. And
there's a reason we choose certain experts, even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, like the Ishratels, the Helms. Those guys like to have a good time too.
Yeah,
they're smart as shit and literally the best at what they do, and they like to have a good time.
Yeah, we just got an impromptu visit from a couple of folks from Kabuki Strength.
Yeah, the van rolled up like an ice cream truck,
passing through. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I half expected Chris to be in there, honestly.
Yeah, who knows, right? You never know.
Yeah, because I remember in, I don't know, it was probably 2010-ish, 2011, whatever. He rolled up in front of this very building with a fucking monolith in the back that he had built. That was crazy. Yeah,
Chris Duff and Kabuki Strength. Shout out to them. We have a bunch of their bars. I think they were just on a little mini tour of the West Coast. Maybe they had a convention or something. They said they were going to. We have like 3 or 4 of their bars. Great shit. Good people.
Yeah,
make a lot of shit. Seem like they're pushing forward.
In Sac to meet with the Kings. They're gonna go down with the Warriors.
Yeah, some deliveries. Quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to stay geared up, we still don't have a fucking slogan. One day I'll come up with something, But basically, good company, our apparel brand, underneath 3rd Street Barbell. As always, 3sb.co. Check it out if you guys want to stay geared up. We're just really, really excited. And the feedback's been insane lately. I think it's been a while, right? Like, we had supply chain issues, COVID issues, shipping issues. Again, this is kind of like a 3.5-man show that we run here. So there's a lot of things we're juggling. But each launch we do is small batch of clothing. So 3sb.co if you want to check it out. And we're really trying to just elevate what your gym gear feels like, functions like, the quality and durability of it. And some of the feedback from some of you guys and some of our peers that we've sent products to, that they can literally feel a difference in our clothes compared to any other gym brand. And I'm not one to like stop and smell the roses or like pat myself on the back or like feel good about that, but that fucking feels good because that was the original goal. I think Lululemon was maybe the first company to really do that. Like, hey, that's cool. You can do yoga in the same t-shirt that you mow your lawn in, or we can make like straight yoga clothes that, the price point's a little bit higher, but the quality you're getting from them, the fit, the function is next level. And I'm not a guy to wear Lululemon. So I needed clothes that fit my style, the function of lifting weights and doing cardio. I still do cardio, and something you can still wear out that looks good, feels good, quality's high. And I think you guys should give it a chance, honestly. You do yourself a favor. You could do us a favor. We haven't asked for a lot. But if you try our clothes, I do think you'll feel the difference and be hooked from then on. So 3sb.co. Check it out. New shit always in the works, on the way. Some fun stuff, some accessories, et cetera, coming soon. But right now we got the Americana launch, a take on American traditional clothing. So check that out. 50percentfacts.com if you want to get more tapped into the community. We have our Discord link up there, and that's probably the easiest place to get it. Discord's our private community. Just 3rd Street, 3SB fam in there, 50% Facts fam in there. Exclusive on clothes, deals, sneak peeks, early access, and mostly we just talk a lot of shit. Lifting, clothes, life, sports, movies, whatever. So head over there, check it out, and thanks for rolling with us for 200 episodes.
Absolutely. There's a for those of you who reach out to me and tell me that you're looking to be a little bit more form fitting, we got some of that coming up soon.
Or just size down or size up. I mean, honestly, even though we say oversized tees, it's more the cut of the tee because it's a little longer. If you go true to size on even our oversized stuff, it's not a fucking Under Armour tee, but you could wear it.
Yeah, it's not so much that that it's bigger in the shoulders. It's just it's longer.
Sleeves are a hair longer,
blockier.
Yeah, a little longer. And everyone has their personal preference. And if you have your favorite fucking Nordstrom's t-shirt, go buy that. That's fine. I won't be insulted.
I'm just looking at the comments in the YouTube here. Jacob Wallace says, honestly, I'm sick of all the strict focus on good podcasts. I'm going to take that in the spirits intended.
I don't know what that means.
I liked
good podcasts.
I like Stronger by Science, Iron Culture, Beauty and the Geek, etc. But there's only so much science I can take.
Oh, Oh,
So,
like educational stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way, and I've been in the industry so long. Like a lot of stuff I do listen to get better and learn.
Yeah.
But like, fuck, man, sometimes you just want to hear some people bullshit too.
Well, since I did post-production on Beauty and the Geek, I know that there was a lot of bullshit too, but they did and there's some science that I didn't know because they're the people who are actually often dealing with it.
He's in a goddamn lab.
Yeah.
My lab is our four walls here,
Yeah.
which is also a lab
Yeah.
of nature's.
Yes, Jacob Walls also says y'all's podcast is awesome.
Appreciate you.
Think that. This is Donald J. Pump. I'm not sure exactly who he is.
Donald J. Pump?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Nancy Pelosi comments on all my YouTube videos.
Yes. Yes. I noticed that too.
Big Pelosi fan.
Yeah, which is weird because we know people who I know. Well, you too. People who know. Yes, the Pelosi family.
That's great.
Love you, Jim and Mike. Jim been following you since the early ST days, and Mike, you're a huge inspiration. You both are. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Mr. Pump.
Donald, dude. Donnie's a fan, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Fuck, I think we made it.
I don't know.
Welcome, Donnie.
But anyway, we actually have some guests coming up in the next couple weeks here. It's always hard to do remote guests and do them well, but I don't think we suck at it. So
no, I think we're good at it. I just don't think it's always as awesome for the guest.
Yeah,
because like some people are like good at talking or whatever, but maybe they're not podcasters.
Mm-hmm.
And so like a lot of Zoom meetings you go to in work, and maybe not in our crowd, but like any other job, like a lot of times you're just sitting there listening.
Yeah, for sure.
Like to have an interactive conversation on Zoom still isn't like perfect.
No, it's not. The lag is an issue, even though we have like a super fast internet connection when it works.
Yeah.
So we just had it go down.
I was actually thinking about that too, not to sidetrack, because our internet went down for a day, and both times they said like cables are like just missing in the fucking city. I'm like, I don't know if that's true. Like
one time it was squirrels.
and I'm like that's the one. I'm like, I don't know
if that was squirrels or not.
Yeah, and this time they're just like a bunch of cables were cut. I was like, what does that mean either? But in the scheme of things, I think we're pretty good. Like we've been almost around 2 years, internet for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's only really gone down like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Considering like my mom, she did like she can't get internet every day.
Really?
Every fucking day.
That sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. And in my house, it's only gone down once in 3.5 years, 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ours goes down at home relatively frequently.
Oh, that pisses me off. It does like in new modern day, like it just shuts your world down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's trash. You end up working on your phone. I'm like, dude, this sucks.
I got so many of the things here set up so that they interact with the internet and they come on automatically and go off automatically and all that kind of crap. And
well, like, any real business nowadays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just
for sure.
Your coffee shops run on the internet.
Yeah.
Like he can make the espresso, but he can't charge you for it.
Yeah. And we had somebody trying to sign up yesterday, couldn't sign up because the internet wasn't working.
Yeah.
And if we could have signed them up, we wouldn't have been able to get them into the access system,
right?
The door access.
Yeah,
system,
they could have like pseudo signed up online but not activated.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is. I mean, imagine though when it was like iRobot shit. The whole world's fucking mechs and robots, and then the internet shuts down.
Yeah, then
or auto cars. Like, what if our cars are tied into GPS, which is tied into some global internet, and then that shit shuts down? We just die. You just
probably.
Yeah.
Like
shit just drives me off a cliff.
Yeah, like a massive electromagnetic pulse just takes everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
I'm moving on a farm.
So yeah, we're talking about going to Vegas.
Yeah.
It's not impossible that we could have a little bit of a hangout there at some point. Have a little gathering maybe. Yeah.
I would imagine at Nationals maybe was the first easiest spot. I mean, we could choose somewhere else too, but because there's a lot of gyms there, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see as things roll. We got a couple emails too, and it's something I wish I watched the video. Shout out to Alan, Untamed Strength. He did a poll on his Instagram about if, when, and why you were first intimidated by gyms like this. And I didn't watch the video, but he basically gathered his questions and I think made a YouTube video out of it, and then like responded on his advice on it, which is a great idea. Alan's a genius content creator and very, very smart. And I should have watched that video, but I didn't. But we get a couple emails, inquiries. Hey, your gym looks really cool, and I like this style of lifting, but seems intimidating, or I don't know how to deadlift. Can I still come? Or I don't power lift, but I will like this style of gym. Could I come? Especially even within this last week, I've probably answered like 5 different messages along those lines locally. And then I'm talking to our homegirl, Avelia, one of our lifters here in the morning, and she's like, talking about her total. She's competing at nationals. I was like, yeah, I think Amanda, another one of our lifters, is going to nationals, and she's like top 5, top 10. I was like, yeah, that's weird. We ain't got a lot of strong dudes here, but damn, do we got some strong women in our gym. Yeah. And I joke, our dudes are strong too and working really hard, but we have a lot of ladies here, which is really, really cool, because 10 years ago that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
CrossFit probably helped, powerlifting's cool and helped, weightlifting, even weightlifting for some reason, right? It like seems much more known historically for having ladies compete in it.
Oh, yeah.
Powerlifting, right? Sure. Like, it's just so weird.
I don't know why that's the case, but I think it's probably...
Yeah, like, how is weightlifting, like, I don't know the term other than masculine. Like, why is it less masculine or whatever, intimidating than powerlifting?
I don't know. And the coefficient advantage for a small woman is considerable.
Yeah, I don't know the new shit, because now they're on dots too or something. But yeah, historically, Wilks helps ladies and small people, small weight classes. Yeah, I don't know. But our gym and powerlifting in general, I think if you're even semi-interested, you should go to a nationals or a local meet or something, because you'll see how many ladies, how many elderly, how many teenagers, there's literally everybody under the sun competing. And the only way to feel that community, we do our best in Discord and we do our best in this podcast and YouTube videos to build an online community. The only way to tangibly feel it and see it is go in person. So Vegas is an easy spot to fucking convention and go. So if you guys want to take trips, World's Strongest Man's another option. I mean, we've got a bunch of things rolling now, which is fun. World's Strongest Man's in maybe 6 weeks ish.
Yeah, it's 24th.
May
26th of May.
Yeah, May 20th here in Sac. We got hotels and stuff, and so Sac's trying to rev up for that. Who knows how big of a deal it'll be for the city. Hopefully the city gets involved a little bit. Last year they like kind of announced it but didn't do anything around it. It seems like this year it's a little bit more towards our basketball arena where it's being held.
And the Capitol.
Yeah, the Capitol and like our we call it Capitol Mall, which are all... I mean, downtown Sacramento is very, very small. It's like 2 square miles. So, and we're right next to both of those. So, if you want to check out the gym, if you want to go to World's Strongest Man, I haven't looked at ticket prices, but
I think we talked about this. That general admission is still free.
Oh, it's just VIP.
It's VIPs. It's really expensive.
Maybe I'm gonna try to finagle some VIPs.
Yeah, we've had a little contact with World's Strongest Man. We won't actually like get into what that story is at this point, but
yeah, maybe I'll get a VIP. But either way, if it's free, yeah, and you guys need a little vacay mid-May, Sacramento, just spewing out our schedule, I guess, basically is what we're talking about now. That looks like it's popping. Should be something fun to do. And again, yeah, I think we talked about it last time. Who knows what the heck is on the roster, but I heard people are stoked on the roster, even though I'm out of the loop. No loop for me.
We have someone who wants to live in a van in the parking lot. Ian Driscoll would like to live in a van in our parking lot.
All right, man.
It'll be free security. We actually have security cars that are out there all the time.
Yeah, and if you email us, maybe we could get a little private spot for you for a couple $100.
Yeah, maybe something like that could happen.
Yeah, whatever. What do I give a shit?
You're
the one in the van.
Yeah,
not me.
In a van down by the.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name in Bigger Stronger Faster? Paul.
Sonny? I don't know why that's in my brain.
I think it's Paul.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
Okay.
I've seen him in person though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
me too. Same kind of thing.
Yeah. If it's that, But if you keep yourself a little bit, more kept, it depends how you approach this, buddy.
If you don't have like a formal do-rag versus the workout do-rag, because I did see that in person. That was
I don't know, man, but there's options. Yeah, our parking lot, there's options. We're open-minded folk. You want to pump a little bit and live in a van? Sure. Yeah. I want to live in a fucking van. I want one of those Mercedes-Benz Winnebagos. You know what I heard? That if it's a van life like that, you can take a mortgage out on it. Not a car loan.
Oh, really?
Lit. So you pay like $150,000 Benz Winnebago.
Uh-huh.
And you're probably paying $400 a month.
I don't want to drive one of those things. That's my problem.
Well, I think on the freeway, parking and like city shit, but once you're on the freeway, you just fuck it.
Yeah, my wife's about to retire, and she's like an outdoorsy person, a camping person. I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah,
That's
RV.
not, that's
RVs
not
are fun.
me.
I'm not a camping guy either.
Yeah, I'll glamp, but I won't camp. And
I
she's like, "Oh, you're open to glamping?" I said, "Yeah, I could do that. Like, give me electricity,
Yeah.
and some kind of
TV.
and a fleshy toilet, and then I'm
AC.
I'm happy then.
Some of them are really nice.
But if I got to be dirty the whole fucking time, it
I'm-
is not me. I can't be any different than I am.
This may sound pretentious, but we're digging in, team. So you think of like campsites or like RV grounds, and I just think like, you know, like hick shit and like trashy. But when you're traveling, RV parks that are for RVs, like RVs cost $100,000.
Yeah,
They're nice as fuck. So we
Yeah.
just rented one and did like a whole trip. Me, Bart, and Gio, and then a bunch of the homies went. And I was kind of had that in my head. I'm like, I'm with the crew. I don't care if we end up in Trashville. But you go in, yeah, everyone's rich and retired. That's all that's there.
it's like
and even the showers, I hate that deal, the coin showers, but the showers are fucking nice.
Yeah.
Like they're really nice. Yeah.
It's like somebody says motorcycle club, and you kind of have to ask if it's like
Yeah.
Harley touring bikes,
Right.
Yeah, because everybody is 50 to 65, and they spend a fortune on their bike.
100%, because they want to ride that bitch for 100 miles a day plus.
Yeah, super comfortable.
Yeah.
As comfortable as you can get on a motorcycle.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the RV is. It was fun though. I did like it. I don't know if I'd live in it. Like I'm semi joking, but I definitely would get one and do like a little 5-dayer maybe. A little 5-dayer. Where could you get in 5 days? Probably Kentucky, right? Probably anywhere.
Are you talking about one way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably anywhere.
You got across the country pretty easily in 5 days.
I think my dad's done it like 2. My dad was a psycho. I don't know if I have this gene in me. So my grandpa had like a 1976 like Dodge. Like I don't even know if the car has a name, because it was just like the Dodge at the time. Like it was just a fucking car. It looked like kind of like the 70s cop car, whatever they drove. Not a Crown Vic, like whatever was before that. And for some fucking weird reason, my dad really wanted it. And we weren't rich, but we weren't scrapping, But so my dad flies to Cleveland and drives this 1976 piece of shit bright green Dodge across country, and we just had it like my whole childhood for whatever. Maybe I do have some of that in me. I don't know what that gene is or what even that need is.
That's crazy.
Sentimental, maybe? I don't even think it was sentimental. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we're talking like the year 2000, so the car's like, 35-year-old piece of shit. Literal piece of shit.
If I could flash back and get the like 1968 or 69 Chevy pickup, which was the first thing I drove, the thing I learned to drive on.
But that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I know it was cool.
No,
yeah.
this I will look it up. This is a piece of shit. It was worth like $500. My dad just wanted it, so he went and grabbed it.
I don't understand that.
I do want to drive across country one day, car or RV.
I did that as a little kid, and I don't know if I need or want to do that again.
I want to do the corny shit, like what's the
giant ball of twine?
Yeah, I want all that.
Yeah,
we did that kind of with Bart and Gio because we didn't have a schedule. Like Taika was like, I don't know, dude. I don't even think he was walking. Like he was like 6 months. So we're just taking turns holding him in the RV. He was chilling. Such a good baby. Didn't cry. Didn't do shit. And there was like some kind of like zoo or something. And we're in the middle of nowhere, Arizona or something. We're like, went and got it. You pay $10. You drive through the zoo like in your car. It was sick. I love that shit. There's like a bear. It was like a zoo, but not a zoo. It was like a bear and like a mountain lion. That was it.
I remember trying to feed a bear from the car when I was a little kid.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, and it's like I ran out of marshmallows, or I thought maybe we given it too many marshmallows. I don't know.
He was full.
It was like swiping at me, and we were like pulled away. Yeah, trying to get in the car and take all my marshmallows.
I want to do all that. I've never been to like the north either, like a Montana, Wyoming deal.
I've been through Wyoming. The
south, northeast, left Dakota, wherever our friends are.
Yeah, in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Aberdeen. What's Aberdeen? Or what am I thinking about that sounds like Aberdeen?
I don't know.
Games? What's her name?
What?
Hunger Games?
Oh, Everdeen.
That was close.
Yeah, Katniss. Everdeen. Yeah, I when I was a kid, we drove to Oklahoma, where a bunch of my dad's family lived. Actually, my mom's too.
What's that? That's east of Colorado? calculating in my brain.
Yeah, it's
Southeast.
It's also east of Texas, east of the Panhandle. Of
Yeah,
Texas.
because I think you can get to Colorado, like straight Denver, in like 18 hours if you book it.
Yeah, probably
It's
so.
not that too bad. That's
No.
middle-ish of the country.
I have a friend in sort of the Fort Collins area of Colorado who's trying to sell a food truck. I'm on the verge of telling him, why don't you just come out here? Because I bet you could sell it in Sacramento
I just heard
easier
our
than...
food trucks suck so bad. Otherwise, I would love to get involved. Like the laws here.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if they've changed.
They've gotten better.
Yeah.
They've gotten better. It's now possible to park like on the street or
Yeah.
whatever.
What a dumb law. Or I mean, I get it because it probably does cause traffic and this and that, but like that can build cities' culture so well.
Yeah, there's a food truck not very far from us here that I was at the other day, that Habibi's Grill at the
Yeah.
at 76
Good?
there. Oh yeah, so it's quite good. But I was standing there and I hear the tires squealing, and there's that freeway off ramp
Yeah.
right there. Guy comes peeling off that off ramp, just about to lose it around the corner onto
Yeah, whatever.
15th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15th. Yeah, for sure 15th. And then pulls into the Walgreens parking lot, and then 2 West Sac cops are like right
Oh,
behind him.
yikes. Troubles.
Yeah, I've never seen that in person before.
Troubles. I don't know if I have. Speaking of trucks, though, we're getting our first Argentine restaurant.
Really?
Maybe not our first, but the only one I've heard of. Che is the food truck.
Okay.
And there's like a big, and I heard it's okay. That's what my mom says. Sorry, Mr. Che. Mom's a little picky.
Yeah.
And so he won some kind of local grant.
Oh,
There's like a local
yeah. There's a
grant. There's like a big old one for creative, and so I think he won it, and he's about to open like a little Argentine gig, which I don't know why we don't have one. There's like 4 in LA, and they're so good. The only issue, and this is my issue, not his issue, he's opening like, I think he's doing like empanadas and stuff like that, which is like fine, but like real like if I'm opening an Argentinian place, like it's a steakhouse. Like and all the ones in LA are like steak and French fries, and it's just one like pseudo healthy, or you could do it healthy, and 2 just good as fuck. We have no steakhouse here that like we could just go to after the show.
Morton's not still there?
You and I are going to an $80 steak after the show.
No. And
I mean, I would love to, but I mean, like the Argentinian one's like a $25, $30 steak.
Right.
I could do that a couple times a week.
Yeah.
I'm not doing an $80.
There used to be one like within a mile here.
It was good.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. Actually, famous in my mind for being one of the places that I had West Side versus the World conversations with Michael Fahey.
It was like a memorable.
When he's in town. He was in town shooting a commercial or something.
Memorable sit down.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I saw that they released Louis' plan for after
Future stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Businessy.
So, yeah. Keeping the gym open, which I don't know, like opinions vary probably, but I don't know who's going to be there.
Yeah.
Like it's
maybe someone comes. Maybe an OG guy comes back and kind of takes
that.
the reins.
I think that's what it would take.
Yeah. It would take like a Tate or a.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to deal with it.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, he's quite busy with his own shit, but it would take, I think, a name.
Yeah.
To want to be like, all right, let's keep this rolling as a functioning team.
Yeah, and I don't think it's been that for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
it really is like geared lifting is just kind of, and I don't know if that's coming back.
Yeah.
Single ply might get a little boosty.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone just advances or gets beat up or wants to train in a different way. But I don't know if multiply powerlifting is going to be it.
No, and I'm not sure that that's really all of what they were doing, when Louis was still involved. I think his involvement maybe fell off just because his health deteriorated. Sure. But I think I may have said this on the show before, but I'm going to hit it a little harder right now. I think that the kind of gym that Westside is impossible to duplicate, not just for the training, but for the fact that you're luring like top talent into it and you're not charging them or anybody else.
Yeah.
And the not charging them is one thing because they are at a level they understand what they're getting out of it.
Right.
I guess. But at the lower levels where there is less commitment, a free gym makes people flaky,
even the
dilettante.
Even the highest level, I think because of the internet, because of how many gyms are around and the advancement of being able to buy monoliths or any good gym equipment, speaking of Kabuki visiting us, Sorinex, Rogue, there's accessibility to high quality equipment. When I opened my first gym in 2009, it was really hard to find a squat rack to buy.
Oh, I bet.
You know what I mean? Like just a good squat rack.
Yeah.
Like just a good squat rack was impossible to find. Rogue was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. Like it was just so difficult. Where now you can find them anywhere. You go to Craigslist, you find them. Back in the day, you couldn't find them. Then because of the accessibility and the popularity of powerlifting, how many good coaches there are in the world, right? In like 1998, you got to go to Louis or you don't know how to powerlift. Right now, I can name 6 highly qualified coaches. You could pay a couple $100 a month, and they're going to Skype you weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So, like, why are you going to move your entire life, plus the price for that company and the person? You're living in the middle of nowhere, Columbus, and probably a shed, and then your gym's a shed, right? Whereas, like, you could go to Barber Brigade in Los Angeles, right? A big city. You'd have a lot of job opportunities. Sacramento, California. You can go to 3rd Street Barbell, play a couple hundred, but you like California's not cheap, but there's a lot of job opportunity. You can move a life here and have a life here. Columbus, Ohio in the 90s, I'd imagine was a wreck.
Potentially, yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what all of those guys' jobs were. But I know here in the 2000s, like we had kind of a broad spectrum of people.
Yeah. And now the spectrum of real careers in powerlifting is vast. Russ Swoll, world champion, owns a gym, owns an apparel company, obviously does social media, similar to our jobs in a lot of senses. Jessica Bittner, world champion, full-time pharmacist.
Yeah, like
right. So we have a lot of things going on.
Croc also full time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the current status is there, but was
yeah. You're right. And then there's everything in between there on the national stage.
Right. Yeah. So I think that the kind of commitment that you elicit from people by giving them something for free is an entirely different animal than the one you get when somebody's paying for it.
Right. Yeah. 100%. And I mean, that's the same idea too, is like, charge a premium, get a premium. If you give a premium value in whatever you do, you sell t-shirts, you sell gym memberships, you sell cars.
Yeah.
And your product actually is value, then the person's more likely to take care of it and more likely to appreciate it and more likely to understand that value. Why are Rolexes still Rolexes? Like a $20,000 watch in concept is the most stupid human thing ever.
Yeah, I can't even imagine it. And I love Rolexes.
I do too, but it's functional. It was one of the first ones to be highly functional, right? It was made for diving.
Yeah.
Now it appreciates in value, which is insane. And it's a style thing. It's a status thing. Obviously, there's a lot more involved. But like, if you buy a $50 Timex, I bet you there's more scratched-faced Timexes on the planet than there are scratched-faced Rolexes. Why? Because you're going to take care of it when you spend $20,000 on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sociology. And I didn't even go to goddamn college.
I bought a Nixon watch a few years ago, a big chunky one, and I scratched the crystal on it, and I don't wear it anymore. Yeah. It's got a scratched crystal.
Yeah,
and like getting a crystal fix is difficult, and I spent, hundreds of bucks on this damn thing.
Did you see the new Rolex? I like Rolexes too.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's basically like the old school, like Oyster or whatever, but like the bottom of it's green. Like a forest green, like the bottom of the face.
The face is green? Oh.
Instead of like the red.
Yeah.
It's clean. Real clean. Maybe on our 300th episode, we buy ourselves some Rolexes. Go buy some shirts. 3sb.co. Fund my Rolex.
The guy who wants to live in the van.
Yeah, van man.
He says, I'm afraid Westside will suffer the same fate as Big Iron did. Split into all kinds of infighting and factions. I don't know about like the story of the actual guys, post Rick Hussey dying.
The other big issue
with Big Iron, other than I know that there's more than one gym that carries the Big Iron name, but they're not near each other really.
Another issue when you're so tight knit like that, or like a team based, or like single name based, is that like people grow up and change hobbies. Powerlifting at the end of the day is a hobby, right? That'd be like the Lakers wouldn't be able to survive without Kareem, or the Lakers wouldn't be able to survive without Kobe, or whatever, right? But like the Lakers have to stand first and foremost. I don't know if Westside made it there without Louis.
No.
Right? And then even I don't know if Louis made it there without all these lifters. And the lifters haven't really been a thing for a couple of years now.
Because other than Dave Hoff, who hasn't been there for a couple of years as far as I know.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they've had those guys. The Tates and the Carols and even the Brandon, the Lilies, yes, they've had a lot of names go on and have success on their own, which is fucking rad, and I love that. Like incubator for that was one of the best lines Kelly Starrett told me. Like one year, I don't know if it was on air or off air, but he said like, dude, I'm so stoked that San Francisco CrossFit was an incubator for 5 companies this year. And it was like his coaches or his athletes or whatever made their own companies. Like, that's one of my greatest achievements. I was like, dude, that's fucking sick. Like, I love to hear that. And I would love that here. Like our trainee, Seabass, doing all my YouTube, and I found his TikTok. And he caught me today. He's like, I see you found my TikTok. He's been vlogging on TikTok. Oh. And I think that's fucking sick. Yeah. Like, fucking get after it, dude. Like, I love that. And so I don't know, obviously geared lifting. Yeah. Obviously Louis passing. The lifters changing, the sport changing. Mm-hmm. And that's why I've always said, like, you and I obviously carry this company in a lot of senses, work-wise and face-wise. I would love to bow down, man. As soon as the gym's Instagram is bigger than my Instagram, I'll deactivate that thing. I have no ego in that game. Mm-hmm. Let 3rd Street ring. Let it bring the noise. Yeah, and I think that if there's a point at which that not being involved in the day-to-day to the degree we are now is, of course, is attractive. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it takes in this environment currently. Like, time. For sure. I was telling you earlier, I'm listening to this book on Audible right now called The Messy Middle that within the last couple of months, Eric Cressy recommended it on social media. Basically, it's about what happens after the beginning of a startup, and kind of in the zone that's sort of where we're in now. Like the thing that's discouraging to hear is that it still takes a long time. Yeah. Like, I wonder, it doesn't happen as fast as you want it to. Like, we have a dream for this place, and we're still moving toward that dream. It's just not been quick. Yeah, it's not a bullet train. No. I don't think it ever is. But I wonder how tight that is tied to human relationships. Because people always talk about the honeymoon phase. Yeah, they call that the honeymoon phase. Same with work. Yeah, because then, like, after, like, a year or 2 years or whatever, being in a relationship with anything, business, friends, lovers, whatever it might be, eventually you got to dig in. Like, do I like this human? Does this human bring positive shit to my life? Yeah. Okay, now I see a lot of bad here. Do I still accept that? Do I still want to grow with that? Am I still interested in learning more or whatever? And I think work's the same way. Yeah. And luckily for us, we knew, or at least I think we knew, the work that it takes and that it's not going to be all fun. Yeah. I don't just take pictures of me in a shirt all day, although that's like probably what people think, like right. Like, there's billions of conversations to even get that stupid shirt made. Like, like that stuff's not always fun. Like repeating myself and measuring T-shirts in my room on my stupid phone, or whatever, cleaning bathrooms, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. That stuff's not always fun, but at least I think we were more prepared than many. It wasn't as much of a shock to us, the amount of. But at the same time, it's when you're going through it, it's not as much fun as the beginning part is. The beginning part's amazing. Of our first meetings having conversations about it, the world's your oyster. It's exciting. Yeah, I came across the first draft of our branding thing the other day when I was cleaning up paperwork here. And it's like, holy crap, this was like, I remember how excited I was then. Yeah. I was having a conversation with Seabass, our intern, the other day, and he thought that there was like actual friction between the two of us. I was like, no. It's not like dad and dad are having a fight. With branding or just in general? Just in general. Oh, that I changed lanes there. But we're not going to agree 100% on everything all the time. Yeah. And the part of what is in this book that I'm reading or listening to, that it's that friction that gives you a better product in the end. Like, sure. If I just bowed down to everything, and it's actually healthy for us too, right? Because then it's like, oh, Mike, I have to look inside. Like, maybe that wasn't a good idea. Like, Jim didn't think that was cool. I'm like, all right, well then we're not going to do whatever, right? Like, right. Or little things like, oh, hey, what should the hours be at the gym? If I was alone, I would just fucking make it up because I make it up.
Right.
But if I put it out there, hey, I think this, and then you get to analytically think,
Mm-hmm.
or opposite, because you can self-analyze all you want, but you never have someone else's perspective ever.
Right.
That's the nature of this world we live in.
Yeah. No, that's true. There has to be more than one point of view. I basically said, dude, we can't agree on everything.
No.
It's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Luckily,
we would really go down the wrong road if we were doing that.
Yeah. Luckily, we just have I think our foundation of morals and life are the same.
Yeah.
So anything that we do rumble against is always not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't rumble on all right, yeah, let's find the shittiest shirt and just print the whatever logo
Right.
and just whip it out to the world, or whatever.
Right.
Hey, yeah, our gym's cool, but it's not making enough money. Let's just do booty boot camps only. Our foundation of what the brand is agreed, and the foundation of what our morals is agreed,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just what sprouts from that.
Right. Yeah, you've kind of following the inspiration from the base that you built.
Yeah.
As opposed to making just a giant change. Although they do point out the fact that a bunch of things that are very mainstream now started off as something else. Like Instagram started off as something else.
Yeah. Even shout out my boy Anaka, Shali, who started Anaka. It was a knee sleeve company.
Oh,
and now
really?
he's killing apparel. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And obviously that's not a full U-turn, but
still,
Amazon, right?
Amazon was a book thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was only books. Yeah, I think it was Audible.
Yeah.
It was library online.
Yeah.
And it did okay.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
YouTube started off as a dating app.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
What?
Yeah. And who knows, because we don't know that world, but yeah, maybe the software was somewhere similar to holding data, and now they're holding videos instead of profiles.
So basically, if we're opening an Argentinian food truck,
or fucking
here,
nightclub,
or nightclub,
who knows?
Cigar bar, an Argentinian cigar bar.
That's interesting.
You'll know that it was just an iteration based on everything that we already set up.
Yeah, that's funny. I wonder other examples of that. I'm sure there's a billion.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a bunch.
I wonder if it's the same person is the big thing. Did the same starter? Obviously, it probably was Bezos, but did he have a new chair? Someone new on the board, and they whipped this. He may never admit it. You know what I mean? Because you would think you and I, again, new perspective, we're going to try to evolve the cool shit we have. You and I aren't going to be like Steakhouse. But if we get a third partner or something, maybe they do have this brand new perspective of actually, I can twist this.
Yeah.
And then we just trust them enough.
Yeah.
Because it's just hard to, we pivot, right? We had to pivot in COVID. We had to pivot for this. We had to pivot because of supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
We have to pivot on events. And you pivot. But I don't think my perspective would ever change enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm locked in on how to improve the pieces that we have rather than how to change the pieces we have.
Yeah, and did something what of all the things that we have in place, what else could we do instead of what we're doing?
Yeah, I wouldn't think like that. I would think to add or manipulate
Yeah.
rather than change. But maybe I'm not as creative as Bezos. I don't know.
I don't know either. I mean, what are the options? See, we could buy Dan's company and go all security.
Yeah, no thanks.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, not in 2022.
No. Some of you probably saw in national news.
Yeah, I didn't know how national it was.
Yeah, I think it's pretty national.
Yeah, Kelly was one of the first ones to text me, and then my aunt. But Kelly's in Texas, and my aunt's in Cleveland.
Yeah,
yeah, and they heard real quick.
Yeah, big shooting downtown Sacramento, not very far from us here, but not really this. We're not in that part of town, but we're not far from that part of town.
I feel it's very in my part of town.
It's very
yeah.
It's
I drive by it every day.
Yeah. It's 6 people killed, 12 people wounded.
Yeah, I think maybe even more now.
Maybe 18 more. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
not good.
Yeah, not a good situation. I think it's hard for security companies like Dan's to know how to protect their people and for their people to protect the residents that they're the customers.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
can't.
Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah,
they
don't have.
Can't.
It's hard to. It's hard to protect people against flying bullets.
Well, and even if you have a bullet, right? What do you do?
Yeah,
because some security companies can do exposed carry. Or open carry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and suppose it was a drive-by, and downtown Sac's just small. Sacramento's small. It's just sad to see. Not that it's awesome to see in LA, but like LA's got what, fucking 1 billion people, and we have 500,000 people.
Yeah,
it's rough.
I haven't been to downtown LA since the beginning of the pandemic, but I hear that it is not as cool as it was.
I don't know if it's ever been cool.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like it okay. I like Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
Little Tokyo I like. I'll take that. K-Town has some places. I like it here, man. I really do. And even little things like we're dirty compared to like, if you're from fucking Denmark and you come to California,
yeah.
in general, you're going to be like, wow, your parking lot parking lot sidewalk's dirty. But like you go to LA, it just feels so dirty to me. Gum on the streets, graffiti everywhere, chain link fences on like a nice building has like a chain link fence doesn't feel good. We don't have that. And yeah, our sidewalks aren't perfect, but there's not like gum and shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And our graffiti's nice. Like we have art.
Yeah.
For sure there's some graffiti. Obviously, we'll sneak in, but they're pretty good at painting over it. And
yeah. San Francisco has gotten pretty bad.
Haven't been. I probably haven't been like 5 years.
I've been more recently. Well, actually, these chairs that we're sitting in right now.
From there?
Yes, I bought them in San Francisco. I bought them off of Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
We are sitting in. I've got a picture up for
the Morpheus.
I've got a picture up from the Matrix. These are similar to the chairs from the Desert of the Real scene from the Matrix. I want to get those lions that are on the end. I want to get those like 3D printed and put them on here.
Except we need bears.
Oh, we could get bears. Lions.
Those are sick.
Yeah.
That's just like the stereotypical, right? Like the fucking
these
Roman or whatever. Have some fucking lions on there.
Yeah. The style of this chair is a Chesterfield wingback. And I think that's because it's got the buttons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or maybe it's because how high it is.
Yeah, are these?
I just know that.
Is that the wing?
Yeah, these are the wing.
Yeah, what's the real function besides style? I guess knock your head on it. I don't know.
Nothing, as far as I know.
It feels cool though. I feel like Morpheus.
So speaking of the future, like what do we want to do here going forward?
That I don't know, because I do like trending topics. I guess.
Yeah.
I like to pay attention. But yeah, I don't want to do gossip. I like drama. I don't like gossip. Is that fair?
So you want to base
because gossip
it on
tends to be negative.
Oh, almost always, yeah.
But like I feel like drama has a negative connotation, but doesn't have to be. Because like a fourth quarter buzzer beater, that's drama.
That's drama,
right?
Sure. Yeah.
But that's not negative.
Not usually.
Yeah.
Well, it is for the losing team, but
yeah, but not that negative. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like but then even on that topic, like from a business standpoint, you try to stick to what you know and who you are, and also find your niche within a platform, right? And like I think both of us, but I've always led by just being me, and luckily it's gotten me somewhere okay. I've never had like I'm the my new term. I'm the cakes over Achilles. Because when you squat, you got to squat deep. So I've never been the cakes over Achilles guy. Like I've never needed like a shtick.
A shtick, yeah.
Yeah, because I've just been me. And so then it's hard when you're like trying to. That's what some of the fun of building this company was. I was like, dude, we could build a story and a brand.
Right.
That's not me. Like it doesn't have to be Mike Farr's morals. Like it just is what it is. And we can make it up. We can write it. We can create it.
Yeah.
Where I've never created myself. I'm a guy that knows a little bit about lifting and nutrition. And so I've taught a little bit about lifting and nutrition, but otherwise it's just been who I am. And so when you think about like even topics that are meets and records and stuff, there's people that like dig into data all day long about world records.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I am. That's going to be very difficult to do week to week. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be authentic.
Right.
Right. And like the whole beauty, I think, that makes podcast and not a radio show or a TV show, and YouTube that's not, Hulu, is that you can actually be authentic and organic and see someone's true self. Mm-hmm. We don't have a PR team. I'm not filtering what I say. This is literally how we speak.
Right.
And so how do you take that into a topic or a theme? That's where I have issues. Like I can theme and brand when it's external, but now we're theming and branding our vocals, and so like I have fun doing our movies. I have fun talking about mini dramas along the way, world records, things that pop up, pop culture references to fitness. I like that tie-in because I do enjoy pop culture. You know, some people think it's lame and whatever, and why are you talking about somebody that, you know, doesn't even know you live? I'm like, I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, I think of us as sort of at the crossroads of, you know, kind of sport, fitness, health, nutrition, whatever, and popular culture.
Yeah, and I think we can tie into like real strength and conditioning and pop culture. Like that's maybe the niche, you know, because there's not a lot of that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because like you go to grab Men's Health, and although they've had a lot of our friends and shit, I've even been in there. Like there's some real education going on. There's a lot of 3 weeks to bigger arms, right? But yet they have fucking Hugh Jackman on the front. But like Hugh Jackman deadlifting 545, right?
Yeah.
Whatever that story that is, I think that's us. Yeah. Wherever that intersection is.
Huge jacked man.
You remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he just worked out at a CrossFit gym or whatever.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
He just popped in my head. I was watching, sometimes I've probably told you personally, I think I've talked about it here, but like I'd like to watch a movie. And I like to go in a theater because I'm not on my phone. I'm not distracted. I'm popcorn to take the ADHD out, TV only, or screen only. But when I'm at home, it's really hard to just like watch shit.
It's hard to watch without having your laptop open. Or
I'm fucking on my phone. I'm pseudo working or pseudo thinking or thinking about tomorrow or whatever the fuck I'm doing. To fold in laundry type shit. And so when I go to bed, I'll watch like an hour of some bullshit to just zone. And the bullshit I've chosen lately, I was watching Friday Night Lights. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Overrated.
Yeah, really?
I don't think it's good at all. Like, I'll definitely...
That's interesting.
Because everyone loved it, right?
I never watched it.
In the day, but it was the shit in the day, right?
Like, yeah.
My memory is that everyone was fucking, dude, so good. And it was like, shit. Michael B. Jordan's in it as a kid.
Yeah.
So I think that's maybe part of it. I was like, maybe a start. I don't know. And I like the main dad. I forgot his name. But the actor's pseudo-famous.
Kyle, whatever his
name
is.
And it's pretty good. Like, I'm not saying it's trash, but when people said it was like...
Fantastic. It was,
when I think fantastic, I'm thinking fucking Game of Thrones. I'm thinking Ozark. I'm thinking Breaking Bad. You know, like these hitters. Like legendary hitters. And this is not even close.
I have the book. My late best friend was a giant fan of the book, and he was. It's
not a true story.
Oh yeah. No, it's based on absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, no, it's about football in Texas.
I knew that, and so I assumed they grabbed a shit ton of references, but I didn't know it was like based on the guy.
Yeah, then
it's based on a guy.
Movie, book, movie, TV series.
So I haven't seen the movie. I don't think.
Yeah, movie's supposed to be good.
What was the hype though? The show or the movie? All of it.
Really, the lingering hype was the show because every show, more people see a show,
and there's
people see a movie,
and a billion seasons.
Yeah, there's
so I've been letting that kind of rock in the background. Yeah, I can pay pretty good attention because it's not like fast moving. You know, it's like a high school drama, really. But what I started going at was Ink Master.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I do love tattoo culture, Americana, traditional, chapter 1, 3sb.co.
Yeah.
Did you see Seabass's work? He just got a piece.
I saw it. I just saw it just in passing.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. He just got it this weekend.
We don't even pay him anything.
He just did it to himself. But Ink Master is a show that you can just fucking zone the fuck out to.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like, you know, American Idol type shit, but with tattoos, and you just let it rock. I like that.
What was the Jesse James tattoo show back in the day?
Oh, I don't know. Didn't he have a motorcycle one too? Or no? I'm my way off.
That's not Jesse James.
Jesse James, the motorcycle guy, right?
Yeah, Cat Von D and Jesse James were together for a while.
I bet you're thinking about the show I'm watching.
Ami James is the guy's name. Yeah, it was in Florida. Miami Ink.
I watched some of those. I like because that was L.A. Ink was fucking,
was hers.
And who's the dude with Tato? Yeah. There's a bunch of good artists that come from that. I like those shows.
Yeah,
because it's like mini reality drama, which you don't have to pay attention to. It's not fucking science. and then you see a little bit of art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that. People's reasons for why and their stories of getting a tat. I kind of like that. This one's like that, except kind of mixed with like, you know.
Is it a competition?
Yeah, it's a competition.
Okay.
And so then they'll do some like real world, you know, fucking not Fear Factor, but kind of like stuff. So like latest one, I forgot what the tattoo style is called, but it's basically like when it looks like it's sitting on your skin, like a snake or a fucking
like 3D kind of.
Yeah, but they have like a some art term for it, and so they're like, but you have to take your own reference photo, and here's spiders, and fucking you got to go play with a spider to do it.
No thanks.
Yeah, and so all these artists are all fucking big old tough guys, tatted eyeballs and shit, and they're scared of this tarantula they got to take a picture of. That's the end of my story.
Okay.
That's what I've been watching to numb my brain every night.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah. You need some of it, I think.
Yeah. No, I think so too. I've actually been rewatching old Star Trek shows because
same idea. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah. In general, like
You don't have to
I know
analyze
that
it.
within certain parameters, I know what's going to happen whether I watched them before or not.
There's a bunch of good shit coming, right? We got Obi-Wan. I got high hopes. May. We got new. I don't have hopes. But new, Dumbledore Harry Potter movie.
Yeah.
But it's made by the Beast guys, and I didn't like that.
I liked the first one. The second one wasn't great.
Yeah, I didn't love it, but it's the same people, but I do like Dumbledore. And then I think a bunch of the Lord of the Rings stuff's lingering.
Yeah, the Amazon Lord of the Rings show's coming.
And more to TBD because a lot of the licensing just gave up this year. So I think a lot of companies like Amazon or whatever bid and bought a bunch of Lord of the Rings licensing. So now they can make new shit.
Yeah, Amazon can't do any of the original trilogy or The Hobbit, but they can do
new
all the stuff before that.
Because they're doing a video game that's been
really?
long awaited by Amazon.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they've done other video games that did okay, but this one's supposed to be a hitter. We'll see.
So what do we want to do next for a movie for ourselves?
That I don't know. Sports movies. I don't know what's happening. I haven't seen anything.
We'll have to maybe reach back.
A documentary would be good again. Like, not that we haven't done them, but we were doing a little bit of mixed drama.
Yeah. We have several more weeks before winning time is done, so we need to throw in.
And if you guys are on the Discord, we do the one good question, so we answer your questions every Friday with a chance to win. But also, if you're in there, just throw a suggestion for movies too. It would be better if it's new for our SEO, but we're down to do older documentaries. Like I'm sure there's old fitness documentaries we haven't dug into, or like health-ish.
I've never seen the C.T. Fletcher one.
Yeah, see, like that, I'd be down. I do really like the diet ones. Even though they're all fat, like there's no documentary based on evidence-based nutrition. They're all fad diets.
Yeah.
But I do like that. I enjoy it.
What do you enjoy about it? The transformational part of it, or
I enjoy, I think, how good they are at selling it.
Okay.
Like I even watch Game Changers. Bart texts me all like this kind of shit. Like we always talk about like guru stuff and nutrition and supplements, and little Mike, not my penis, just inside of me, like little kid me, gets very excited that like, oh my god, I need to go vegan. There's something in me screaming at me when I watch that stuff, and I think I kind of like that, like fake excitement that there's a power I haven't unleashed in my body. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, there's this untapped potential.
Yeah, what if I'm really good at X and I just don't know it yet?
Oh my god, I need this weird supplement. Or oh my god, how have I not eaten more salmon? Because salmon increases my muscle fiber for whatever stupid reason.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then I obviously don't do it because I come to my senses an hour after the movie. But in that movie, I'm like, fuck. Remember that we did the Game Changers, and they said you eat a veggie burrito and your dick grows in it. And I'm like, fuck, dude. I've had a small cock my entire life. Why am I eating chicken burritos? I'm about to be a fucking porn star.
Yeah.
That excites me, I think.
I think I watched. I don't know if you watched, and we were going to do it, and then we just didn't do it. Was the Lula Rich thing? That was.
I don't think I did.
That's very like people hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
We did the diet cult one, which had some very similar qualities.
Yeah, and I like the cult stuff too. I don't know why, it's just interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe CT, maybe something else. So
CT would be fine. Yeah, there's a lot of like the strongman-y ones we never really did that are filtered in, or a couple rogue ones, CrossFit ones.
Born Strong. I know the director.
I wonder why that's a thing. Like, there's been like 7 CrossFit documentaries. I guess Rogue's funding.
Yeah.
I guess that's the answer. But there's been like 7 CrossFit documentaries on Netflix.
Yeah.
And like 2 or 3 strongman, and not a single powerlifting. I guess Westside vs. the World was the first one.
Yeah.
You'd think there would be just more, like there's not a weightlifting one. Like there should probably be one, and maybe it's a little premature, but like CJ Cummings. Like that dude's been smashing national, international meets since he was 16. And now he's like 20, went to the Olympics. You know what I mean? Like why isn't, And I don't know about a powerlifting one. I mean, maybe on our boy Russ. You know, like Atwood. There's a lot of like characters that are like doing insane things in the sport that you could probably build a story around.
Yeah. I guess really what it comes down to is what their lives look like.
Right, and funding and characters.
Yeah.
And
that's.
But like some of the strongman ones, like no offense, like it's not like they're Superman.
Yeah.
Or it's not, it's not like they were doing strongman while in the middle of a war. It's not like it's.
Yeah. I'm going to correct something I said earlier. I don't know the director of Born Strong. I know the director of Eddie Strongman. So
yeah. See, there's those two, and then one other one I think on Netflix. Anyways, we could go back and dig into those two as World's Strongest Man's coming. Maybe that's our next step. Actually, is a strongman one. I wouldn't be against that.
Just a question before we close it out here. You're not still doing any training online, yeah?
No. KaizenTraining.com is all my coaching, but I don't do anything. I just wasn't giving my all.
Yeah.
I think it was a very good, mature decision of mine. I wasn't giving my clients my all, and so then I coached like 2 or 3 people, friends for free. Tom Callis, my boy Justin Calkin, and they were like advanced lifters, so they didn't need me to,
hold their hands.
Yeah, no offense to all you. Yeah, they didn't need to suckle my teat. They just asked questions here and there. And I found like my paying clients, I just wasn't giving them my heart. I gave them good information. I didn't scam them. Good information, good review, but I wasn't giving them my heart, and I didn't feel good because that's the only thing I do enjoy about coaching is that I can give a piece of me to an athlete.
And it's hard to do that online. It's a lot easier to do in person.
Yeah, and for sure. And even in person, I stopped coaching a person for the same reason. I just wasn't as present as I wanted to be. I think I'm just being torn too many ways, and I still am. But I try to schedule myself so I can give bits. I give this podcast an hour of my heart.
Yeah.
And then I probably disappear. I give the clothing an hour a day of my heart, and then I disappear.
I think that brings up a good point to close on, though. It's not just, having the information and being able to present the information. It is the sort of relationship part of coaching.
For sure.
That's maybe the most important
100%.
As long as you're not providing bullshit information.
I think that's everything. I think you can tell
in a chummy package,
Yeah, no, I think that's everything. I think that's YouTube. I think that's podcasts. You can feel when someone's not there.
Yeah.
And they could give you the best information and have the best written down jokes and gimmicks they want to spew to you on a microphone on iTunes. But if they're not there and giving it them, I think you can feel it.
Yeah.
I think you can feel it.
True.
Not to like give like this crazy depth to our job, but there is something there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. All right, well, let's wrap this one up. Our 200th.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for kicking it with us for so long. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday. Give us a rating and review. It'll help us a lot. If you share on social media, tag us. We'd love to see it, and we'll repost you, show you some love. 50percentfacts.com. Join our Discord. I'm in there every day, messing around, having a good time. So we'd love to meet you guys if you want to come hang out. Exclusives on gear. Early access, discounts, and a really dope community. We're slowly growing over there. 3sb.co for all your clothing. And I'm Sam Mike, where you want to find me.
I'm going to take this shout out from, it's RLES2, I think, from Scotland. Hello from Scotland Brothers. I love Scotland. My 37% Scotland DNA really wants to go back anytime really soon. I'm at the Jim McD on all the social media. This show, 50% facts, where percent is a word, 50 is just numbers. I'm heading to Austin, and I'll talk to you next week.
Barbecue.